Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome again for your Friday night program for Bhakti Vriksha. So I can see some familiar faces, but some I think they are new as well. For those who were not here, my name is Karuna Avataar, just addressing in absence of Jagannath Ram Prabhu. Anyone remembers what was the topic and what we have discussed last week? Oh yes, very good. Yes. We discussed one of the verses from Ram Raksha Sutra, yeah. Very good. Yeah. So we discussed the story from Ajamil. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Any points that you remember?
He used to say God's name, even like he used to say call out his son's name.
Yeah.
But it was Narayana, God's name.
Yeah.
So even then, without the intention of calling God, he was still calling his name, and that's how he even got the benefit of it.
Very good. Yes. Because Lord and Lord's name, they are non-different. Okay. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraham Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. Okay. So Lord's name and Lord himself, they are non-different. Okay. Anything else? Any other points that you can recall? So Bhakti, if I say DRS, do you remember anything from those words? DRS. What does DRS do? It gives you a decision review system, right? It gives the second chance to the batsman, right? If the umpire says that you're out, but he can review that decision and it gives you a second chance. So same thing happened in Ajamil's case. Okay, Yamadutas, they came there to take out his soul, right? He should have been dead. But because he took the Lord's name, Vishnudutas came there and then they reviewed that decision. And that's how he got the second chance, right? So bhakti, or chanting, especially, very specifically chanting, okay, gives us that second chance. Okay, gives us that second chance and gives us the chance to correct the mistakes or sins that we may have committed. Okay, so that's the DRS, that's the benefit of chanting or bhakti. And we also discussed about Rubik Cube. So what was that in relation to?
You will find it to be very difficult, but slowly and steadily with time, with more practice and more dedication, you will start enjoying the whole process.
Very good, very good. Exactly right. So just like that Rubik's Cube, our mind is also very scrambled. We got thousands and thousands of thoughts in our mind. Everything is scrambled. But with time, with practice and with devotees association, okay, just like we were able to solve the Rubik Cube, we'll be able to solve this puzzle of our mind. Okay, and then we started to discuss about Hanumanji's story and Ramayan, importance and also how to meditate on Lord Ram. As Mataji mentioned here, we discussed the verse from Ram Raksha Sutra, okay, where it actually indicates how one should think about Lord Ram and meditate on him. So that is the link. Okay, so and also we also discuss very importantly, very simple example, but very important about Google Maps. Right? What was that example? Anyone remembers? What does Google Map do? GPS. It gives you direction. Right? It gives you direction at every step of your journey. Right? So do we have such map or such app or someone who can guide us step by step in this journey of our life? Okay. In Google Map, you go from point A to point B. In life, we go from point B to point D. What is B and D? That is birth and death. Okay. B and D के बीच में क्या आता है? कौन सा लेटर आता है? C. C actually is the choices that we make. Okay. Our journey, our life is decided based on the choices that we make. So from birth, as soon as you're born, after a certain age, you start to make choices. Good choices, bad choices. That decides the direction of our life, where we go. If we have the right GPS, if we have the right person to guide us, we can go through this journey very nicely, enjoying, and finally, when the death comes, at that time, we'll be able to say, and Krishna will be actually standing there with open arms welcoming us. Okay, thinking about speaking about B to D and C, where I live, there is a ambulance depot actually. Okay, all the ambulances, they are actually waiting there because close to my house there is a Caulfield Hospital. So every now and then I get to hear this siren going on for ambulance. Okay, दिन में एक या दो, कम से कम 2 बार तो होता ही है, right? It actually gives me a reminder कि जिंदगी की पतंग कभी भी कट सकती है. ठीक है, डेथ कैन कम एट एनी टाइम. आई डोंट नो व्हेन माय टाइम विल बी, एंड एक दिन वो एम्बुलेंस मेरे लिए आएगा. ठीक है, बट एम आई रेडी? Okay, am I ready? Just like that Ajamil, who wasn't ready, even though at the age of 88 he still had attachments. Okay, he still, even though he had a pious background coming from a Brahman family, he committed sinful activities throughout his life later on. He had made some bad choices. Okay, now Abhinay, today is what, 16th of December, right? Soon it will be a new year. New year is a good time to do a stock take. Okay, stock take what we have done so far in the year 2022. What sort of choices that we have made. हमारी लाइफ कहाँ जा रही है? यूजुअली होता क्या है ना, बिटवीन हस्बैंड वाइफ किड्स हम भागते रहते हैं. वी आर रनिंग एवरीवेयर, trying to earn more and more and more. Somewhere in this earning, हम learning भूल जाते हैं. Okay, we're simply earning. There is no learning that is happening. There is only one letter that is difference. EARN, earn, and learn. Just L लगा दो तो learn हो जाएगा. Okay, हम सारे लोग earning के पीछे भाग रहे हैं. There is no learning that is happening. Okay, we are simply going through the life. I was speaking to a family, and then I said, so Mataji, how was your day? You know, and it was late during the night actually, and she said, Prabhu ji, जैसे तैसे आज का दिन कट गया, आज का दिन निकल गया. She had 3 kids. She has 3 kids. You know, both husband and wife, they're working. You can imagine what her life is. She gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, just so that she can cook and, you know, send all the kids to the school, and then she goes to the university, and husband goes to the office. When they come back again, same thing happens. We're doing same thing over and over and over again and again and again. Okay, और इसके पीछे क्या होता है, हम सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. इसके ऊपर ना WhatsApp, somebody has sent me a very nice kavita or poem on WhatsApp. It's about Pappu. Okay, and when I read that kavita, I thought ये पप्पू तो मैं ही हूँ. Right, so वो कविता है ना, I'll try and remember it as much as I can. The kavita goes like this, that परेशान थी पप्पू की wife. Sorry Mataji, the kavita is in Hindi, so I'll try and translate it in English. So the kavita goes like, परेशान थी पप्पू की wife क्योंकि non happening थी उसकी life. परेशान थी पप्पू की वाइफ क्योंकि नॉन हैपनिंग थी उसकी लाइफ. पप्पू को बनना था बेस्ट, इसीलिए तो नहीं करता था वो रेस्ट. दिन भर करता था वो ऑफिस में बस काम ही काम, इसीलिए नहीं मिलता था उसको आराम. पप्पू के बॉस भी थे बड़े कूल, प्रमोशन को हर बार जाते थे भूल, लेकिन भूलते नहीं थे वो डेडलाइन. काम कराते थे अप अंटिल 9. दिन गुजरे और गुजरे कई साल, जैसे हमारे साथ भी होता है ना, जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आते हैं पता ही नहीं चलता टाइम कब निकल गया. दिन गुजरे और गुजरे कई साल, बुरा होता गया पप्पू का हाल. पप्पू को अब कुछ समझ में ना आता था, बीवी को गलती से बहन जी बुलाता था. ओके, एक दिन पप्पू को समझ में आया, छोड़ दी उसने अप्रेजल की मोह माया. बॉस को जाके बोला प्रमोशन दो वरना चला जाऊंगा, अप्रेजल देने पर भी वापस नहीं आऊंगा. पप्पू के बॉस भी हंस के बोले, नहीं कोई बात, नहीं कोई बात, तू नहीं तो किसी और से कराऊंगा, तेरे जैसा और एक पप्पू बनाऊंगा. ओके, सो ये जब हम भाग रहे हैं ना सब, अर्निंग अर्निंग एंड अर्निंग, गोइंग थ्रू द लाइफ, नो ग्रोइंग दैट इज हैपनिंग. जब ये कविता मैंने पढ़ी तो मुझे लगा ये पप्पू का हाल तो मेरा भी हो रहा है. ओके, सो हमें कुछ सीखना चाहिए. ओके, लास्ट वीक जब मैं बात कर रहा था व्हाइल आई वाज हैविंग प्रसाद, किसी ने बोला कि हमें टेम्पल क्यों आना चाहिए. कैन यू एक्चुअली टॉक समथिंग ऑन दैट वन, राइट. जनरली अभी कोई भी भारतीय बंदे को आप बोलो ना, प्रभु जी टेम्पल को आइए, या फिर ये करिए, पूजा कीजिए घर पे, नहीं नहीं हम ये सब नहीं मानते. भगवान तो दिल में होता है, राइट. भगवान तो दिल में होता है, टेम्पल जाने की क्या ज़रूरत है. ठीक है. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll speak something on the importance of temple and why one should go to temple on a regular basis. Okay. जैसे कि टेम्पल, अगर मुझे एग्जांपल देना है ना, थिंक अबाउट अ बुलेट एंड अ गन. ओके, आदमी किसकी वजह से मरता है? बुलेट की वजह से मरता है या गन की वजह से मरता है? दोनों, राइट. Which one is more required, gun or bullet?
The one who pulls the trigger.
Huh? The one who pulls the trigger. Very good. Yes. So you need three things. You need a gun, you need a bullet, and you need to pull a trigger. Right? You need all three things. अगर मैं बोलूँगा कि ना actually in effectively अगर वैसे देखा जाए, you die because of the bullet, right? But bullet के बिना gun is useless. Gun के बिना bullet is useless. So, like that, भक्ति हम में है, okay? Inherently है. भक्ति हम में inherently है. लेकिन वो भक्ति जागृत करने के लिए, to invoke that bhakti, to invoke that love towards the God, we need the resource like temple. जहाँ पे there is a puja, okay, all the activities that are happening inside the temple, it gives a big potency. Okay, आपने भारत में कई बार सुना होगा जागृत हनुमान मंदिर है. Okay, what does that mean? Because of devotion of pujaris, because of devotion of the devotees who are visiting there, that particular temple has a potency by which it can have greater impact, greater effect on us. Okay. You come to temple. It's been what, 14 years now I've been in ISKCON. And I still remember my first visit, first 7 o'clock aarti in the morning. Okay, first 7 o'clock aarti in the morning. I was amazed. When I went to that 7 o'clock aarti and when the actual darshan opened and that Govinda Madi Purusham prayer started, I say goosebumps, you get goosebumps. That was my first experience and I still remember it even after 14 years. And then I saw that devotees, in the kirtan, they were raising hands, dancing, and coming from Bharat. I never saw in the temple these things happening. Okay, लोग मतलब हाथ ऊपर करके नाच रहे, they are actually doing all sorts of things, jumping up and down, which was very foreign concept to me. Okay, for me मंदिर में जाना मतलब क्या करना है? For all of us, वहाँ पे जाओ, माथा टेको, वापस आ जाओ, राइट. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या है, नारियल फोड़ो और फिर वापस आ जाओ. ISKCON में ये होता नहीं है. बोला यार ये क्या हो रहा है. इट टुक मी अ वाइल टू रेज माई हैंड्स एज वेल. जब हम हरी बोल करके हाथ ऊपर करते हैं ना, इट टुक मी अ वाइल टू रेज माई हैंड्स एज वेल. फिर बाद में मैंने कहीं एक लेक्चर में सुना हाथ किसके ऊपर नहीं उठते? जिसके कंधों पे बहुत ज़्यादा बोझ होता है, राइट. उसी के हाथ ऊपर नहीं उठते बिकॉज ऑफ बोझ. सो हमारे भी कुछ ऐसे ही है, हमारे भी कंधों पे वी आर ऑल्सो कैरिंग लॉट ऑफ वेट. वो क्या बोलते हैं, दुनिया का बोझ उठा रहा हूँ उसकी वजह से हमारे भी हाथ ऊपर नहीं उठते. Okay, so I still remember that first experience when I visited temple, but visit temple in the morning. Okay, and you will not forget that experience. Temple is actually a resource which can connect us back to the source. Okay, temple acts as a resource by which we can be connected to our source, which is Krishna. So that is the importance of temple. Another example, if I have to give, think about a matchsticks box. वो काड़ी की डब्बी वो जो डब्बी होती है उसका माचिस की डब्बी ना, माचिस की डब्बी वो अगर आप निकालो, माचिस उसमें से निकालो, आपके पास वो उसका वो डब्बी नहीं है, हाँ, कैन यू यूज दैट ऑन एनी अदर सरफेस टू लाइट इट? ऑफ कोर्स अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू आर रजनीकांत, आप नहीं कर सकते रजनीकांत कहीं पे भी आग लगा सकता है बट आप और मेरे जैसे लोगों के लिए ओके क्या चाहिए? अ प्रॉपर सरफेस वेयर वी कैन स्ट्राइक इट, तभी वो आग जलेगी, तभी वो माचिस की तिलिया में आग आएगी ना। आप बताइए वो आग किस में? फायर, डज दैट बॉक्स हैज अ फायर और द मैच स्टिक हैज अ फायर? Matchstick has a fire, right? But it doesn't light on its own. It needs a proper surface. Temple plays that role. Okay? Bhakti हम सब में है, लेकिन it's in a dormant state. Right now, bhakti is in dormant state. What we need is that surface on which we can light it. Once we do that, और एक बार भक्ति जब जागृत होगी हमारी, then you will not look back. Okay? And that can happen in temple. So temple provides us that facility. All we have to do is go there, enjoy Kirtan, okay? Listen to Bhagavatam, and after that, I'm telling you because last week we also discussed about how there is a consistency in program in ISKCON. Okay, and after the Bhagavatam, you can have a nice breakfast and come back home. Okay, breakfast is also provided in the temple. लेकिन हमसे क्या है ना, उठना ही नहीं होता सुबह, स्पेशली वीकेंड। 7 बजे टेम्पल कौन पहुंचेगा? 7 बजे जाना यानी कि 6 बजे उठना है मिनिमम राइट? सो इट इज अप टू अस, what is our goal? Do we want to go through the life or we also want to grow? Okay, and what that growing is, we'll discuss, how Hanumanji, he had a big yes or big purpose in his life. Okay, but generally जैसे मैं बोल रहा था कि 6 o'clock, at least you have to wake up at 6 o'clock to reach there by 7. Okay, who is going to wake up? Generally होता क्या है ना, our life is like that snakes and ladders game. How many of you have played that snakes and ladders game? सांप सीढ़ी, आई अश्यूम सब ने खेला है राइट? उसमें क्या होता है, एक आपके पास डाइस होता है, देन यू हैव अ सीढ़ी दैट इज लैडर, एंड देन यू हैव अ स्नेक, देन यू हैव टू मूव, यस, डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर डाइस हाउ मच यू गॉट. वेरी गुड. जैसे तैसे, जैसे वो बोल रहा था ना माता जी, बस आज का दिन निकल गया. वी आर ट्राइंग टू अवॉइड ऑल दिस ट्रैप्स ऑफ स्नेक्स, trying to climb up on the ladder. Once we go into the 90s, वो क्रिकेट में एक टर्म है नर्वस 90s, राइट? नर्वस 90s में क्या होता है, बैट्समैन आउट हो जाता है. वैसे ये सांप सीढ़ी के गेम में क्या होता है, once you reach in the 90s, where is that big snake? You think that almost I have achieved everything in life, almost finished this सांप सीढ़ी game. You land on 99. क्या होता है 99 पे? There is a snake. कहाँ पे ले जाता है वो? पूरा ढपाक नीचे. Yes. Okay. Right at the start of the game. Okay. तो हमारे साथ भी ऐसे ही होता है. फ्राइडे को हम आते हैं, कुछ अच्छा सुनते हैं, हमारा कॉन्शियसनेस क्या होता है, ऊपर जाता है. और कॉन्शियसनेस इज एलिवेटिंग. Slowly it's elevating. We're going up. We're climbing up on the ladder. Okay. हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं, लेकिन जैसे संडे आता है क्या होता है, इंथुजियाज्म नीचे जाता है. वाई? बिकॉज वी आर थिंकिंग अबाउट वर्क. मंडे, कल से काम है फिर से, अरे यार फिर वही बॉस को देखना है, राइट? वो एंड देन सम, वो 99 का जो स्नेक है ना, फॉर सम इट इज़ दैट मंडे वर्क, फॉर सम इट इज़ कुकिंग, कल से फिर से कुकिंग चालू करना है, फॉर सम इट इज़ मूवीज. यस, school. I hear you. I totally agree with you. Sometimes, yes, it is school as well. Okay. For some, it is movies. For some, it is alcohol. Whatever your 99 snake is, could be different for everyone. Or could be combination of everything. बॉस की वजह से मैं बैठ के पी रहा हूँ. Right? Could be combination of everything. So that right down brings us to start of the game again. That is how our life is. Up and down, up and down, up and down. We're trying to win this game of life. To elevate our consciousness constantly. Okay? To get us to that end of the game. That is why we have these Aitihasic stories. These Puranic stories in Ramayan, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. Okay? From where we need to take inspiration and continuously keep on elevating our consciousness. In the end, what was the whoever has attended first Bhakti Riksha session, what was the aim of the seminar? Anyone remembers? Very good. How to apply practically apply the principles of Bhagavad Gita in present and become what? Eternally happy. Okay. So the reason that we have these stories, okay, in this Itihas, these Aitihasic stories is because from these stories we need to get inspiration. Okay. We need to get inspiration and follow in the footsteps. Okay. So last week we stopped where? What was the last point that we discussed in our story, in Hanumanji stories? That Hanumanji has found Jambavan as his guru, who inspired him. And then he discovered that he has power, he has the abilities. Okay. By which he was now standing on the Mandar mountain ready to jump. Okay. So we'll continue from there. So now Hanumanji, he is fully charged. Okay. All the Vanaras, they saw that Hanumanji is growing and growing and growing in size. Everyone is actually taking inspiration from Hanumanji now. Okay. Angad, we saw that he said that I can go to Lanka but I cannot come back. So he is thinking in future what will happen. Jambavant was very old. He said that I could have gone in the past, but now I can't. So he is thinking in the past. Hanumanji, he is thinking in present what I need to do. And with that coiled tail, okay, with all his force, he hit the tail on the ground and he flew. And the force was so intense. In the Sundarkand it is said that the force was so intense, it created a vacuum behind him. और जब vacuum create होता है तो क्या होता है? Everything gets sucked in. Right? बहुत अच्छा वर्णन है सुंदरकांड में. When Hanumanji was flying for some time, because of that vacuum, all the flora and fauna, they actually went behind him for a while and then they dropped. And then the description is like, जैसे घर में कोई मेहमान आता है, right? When it is time to see off, what do? उनको गेट तक छोड़ने के लिए जाते हैं, right? So the flora and fauna, all these flowers from the ocean and from the Mandara mountain, they went just up to the gate to see off Hanumanji. Nice, beautiful Varnan. Yeah, I really enjoyed when I heard that. It creates such a picture in your mind. So while Hanumanji is going, okay, there was a mountain that came in between. The mountain, then it's called as Mainaka mountain. Okay, and it was a golden mountain. Now this mountain had everything, lake, flowers, trees, fruit, all kinds of food as well. Because Hanumanji was traveling with great speed, this mountain thought he must be tired. Okay, he must be tired. So he requests Hanumanji to take some rest and then go. थोड़ा आराम कर लो और फिर जाओ. But Hanumanji, he says that no, I am on a mission. I am on a mission of my Lord Ram. I cannot take any break. Okay. He pleads, please take a break. So just to actually respect him, give some respect to him, he just touches his feet on the tip of the mountain and then flies again. Okay. Now, first of all, now so far Hanumanji, he has overcome two obstacles. Okay. The first one is the ocean. Ocean was vast, big, huge ocean. To cross over that, you need physical strength, which Hanumanji had it. Okay. But also remember, there was a very important sentence that I said last week, that Lord Ram, he doesn't look at the ability in us. What does he look for? He looks for availability. Okay. Are we available? Yes, thank you, Prabhu. So, squirrel example. Are we available for him? He doesn't look for the ability in us. He creates the ability. He gives us the ability. In an example of squirrel and Hanumanji, where they were doing the activity was the same of trying to build the setu. But when you look at the Hanumanji's ability and the squirrel's ability, there is no comparison. But for Lord Ram, they both were doing the same activity. Okay? So here, Lord Ram, through Jambavan, who was his guru, created that ability in Hanumanji by which he could fly. So ocean, physical strength, we need that physical strength to overcome the obstacles. Now the second obstacle that Hanumanji came across was the Mainaka mountain, golden mountain, where he offered all the luxuries, food, shelter, water, everything, take a break, take rest. To resist that, you need mental strength. Okay. In life, we also come across many temptations. Many temptations. Okay. Mostly it's wrong. Temptation is called because they are wrong temptation. We have temptation for the wrong things. Are we able to resist that? Resist those temptations? And we will be if we have a big yes, big purpose in our life. Okay. Generally, what do we do on the weekend? We want to sleep a little bit extra, because throughout the working days, throughout the weekdays, what we have done, we have worked very hard. Right? We have worked very hard. Fridays or Saturdays, what do we do then? We stay up a little bit late and wake up late as well. Now, if we have a project to deliver, and you have to work on the weekend as well, do we tell our boss, no boss, abhi मैं थोड़ा सोऊंगा, फिर आऊंगा? No. If we have some project to be delivered, there is a due date, and if we have to work on the weekend, we work. We sacrifice our sleep and we work. Why? Because our purpose for us at that moment, our big yes is that delivery of the project, so that you can maintain your job. Okay? और पप्पू बने रहना है throughout life. So, do we have a purpose in life? Okay? Everyone working here, all the companies, they have a mission statement. Right? Generally, the company's mission statement is, we want to be the best in the world. Okay? We are also running a company. We are running our family. Husband, wife, kids, parents, or whoever. Do we have a mission statement? या फिर it's the same mentality, जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा, कल की कल देख लेंगे. Right? We need to actually sit down, take a stock, because year end is coming. Stock take sell चल रहा है सब तरफ. So stock take लो कि हमारी लाइफ कहाँ जा रही है. And find out that big yes, find out that big purpose. Just like Hanumanji, he had a big purpose in his life to serve Lord Ram, to find Mother Sita and rescue her. Okay? Work out what is our purpose in life. ऐसे अगर काम करते रहेंगे ना हम लोग, वो जो एम्बुलेंस में बोल रहा था, वो एक दिन आके उठा के लेके जाएगी, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि मैं कौन था. And no one would care. Okay? No one would care. If we die tomorrow, company will replace us in 2 maximum 4 weeks रिप्लेस कर देगी. नो वन इज गोइंग टू स्टॉप. सो जिसके लिए हम अपना पूरा नींद खराब कर रहे हैं, जिसके लिए हम अपना बच्चों को, फैमिली को टाइम नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, वो कंपनी अगर हमें 2 से 4 वीक में रिप्लेस कर सकती है, सो वेयर आर आवर प्रायोरिटीज? ओके, रीअसेस द सिचुएशन वेयर we're in and understand the purpose of life. Okay. In Kali Yuga, just like that ambulance को हम कब बुलाते हैं? Only in emergencies. Okay? Otherwise you drive yourself and go to the hospital. But only in emergencies you call the ambulance by dialing 000. Okay? Unfortunately, I had to dial 000 once in my life. As soon as I dialed, I didn't know what to expect. Straight away they asked me, police, ambulance. They didn't ask me my name, they didn't ask me how I was, nothing. Only 2 words, police, ambulance. And as soon as I said police, okay, they directed me to the police, and next question was which state. Still they haven't asked me my name. Still they haven't asked me how I am. Okay, because it's an emergency situation. ऐसे बैठ के hey mate, how is it going, ये बात करने वाली सिचुएशन नहीं है if you're dialing 000. So Kali Yuga is actually that emergency. अगर हमें यहाँ पे 000 डायल करना है तो chanting is that number. Okay? अब ये नंबर राइट नंबर है या रॉन्ग नंबर है, ये आपको पता चलेगा. कब? कैसे पता चलता है अगर नंबर राइट नंबर है या रॉन्ग नंबर है? तो कब पता चलता है? जब आप डायल करते हो तभी पता चलता है. अगर नंबर डायल ही नहीं करोगे आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा ये राइट नंबर है या रॉन्ग नंबर है. सो पिक अप द फोन, पिक अप दैट माला, डायल इट, स्टार्ट चैंटिंग. व्हाट इज द नंबर? यस, क्या बात है. Very nice, very nice. So that is the number. Okay, I've been dialing that number for last 14 years now. Okay, and every time I get the right number. Okay, but only you can experience it, whether it's a right number or a wrong number. So in Kali Yuga they said that there is many faults. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan asti eko mahan guna kritanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha paramurujat. कलेर दोष, लास्ट टाइम भी हमने डिस्कस किया था. दोष मीन्स फॉल्ट. इन दिस एज ऑफ कली युगा देर आर मेनी फॉल्ट्स, बट अस्ति ही एको महान गुण. बट देर इज वन महान ग्रेट गुण और बेनिफिट. कीर्तनाद एव कीर्तनस्य. इफ यू डू कीर्तन, इफ यू डू chanting of Lord Krishna, Mukta Sangha Paramurajit, you will get the Mukti, you will liberate, you will get liberation, you will be liberated. Okay? So in this emergency, dial that 000. Start chanting Hare Krishna mantra regularly. Okay? So as Hanumanji overcame this obstacle of Mainaka mountain, as he was traveling, he came across a demoness, Sursa. Okay, her name was Sursa demon. Now this demoness, she was actually sent by Lord Brahma just to test Hanumanji. What does he do when he comes across the difficult situation? Now Sursa, she has a boon, benediction or vardhan by Brahmaji that whoever is passing from here, they have to pass through your mouth. अगर demon के mouth में जाएगा तो क्या होगा? खा लेगा वो. Okay. So now Hanumanji, when he actually came across Sursa, he knew that this is Sursa and now he has to go inside her mouth. Okay. So because of his abilities, he started increasing in size. Okay. Sursa, she also increased her size. Hanumanji again went to 20 feet. Sursa went to 25. Hanumanji went 50 feet. Sursa went 100 feet. Like that they kept on increasing in size. At one point, Hanumanji realized there is no point increasing my size. Within a moment, he became like size of a thumb. And while Sursa was huge, obviously her mouth was also huge, he went inside and came back again. Within a second. Okay. So like that, he fulfilled Brahmaji's boon, Brahmaji's promise that everyone must go inside her mouth and came out as well. And when that happened, that is when Sursa actually revealed that I'm actually sent by Lord Brahma. I'm just to test you out. So in life as well, sometimes you will come across the problems where you will not know what to do. Whether you have to be humble or you need to stand tall. Okay, humble position लेना है या strong बन के fight देना है. You will not know. Okay, just like Hanumanji has understood it. Increasing size is not helping. Best to do is use the intelligence and get out of the situation without any harm. Okay, so we also have to use our intelligence. कब हमें humble position लेना है and when we have to be strong. इस रूल के लिए एक एक्सेप्शन है. Okay, wife. When it comes to wife, always be humble, Prabhuji. Okay. खुश रहने का एक ही मूल मंत्र है. इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस चाहिए फैमिली लाइफ में, एक ही उसका मूल मंत्र है. पहले दिल की सुनो, फिर दिमाग की सुनो, अंत में जो बीवी बोलती है वही करो, तो सारे खुश रहोगे. So now, yes.
कृष्ण गायब हो गया.
So now after this, now the rest of the story is that Hanumanji obviously goes to Lanka, finds Mother Sita. Now I'm fast forwarding the story. The reason for that is we also said that we'll discuss any questions that you might have. Some of you or most of you have come up with the questions. So we'll discuss that as well. So we'll allow a little bit extra time today. So he burns down Lanka and then finds the proof that Mother Sita is there, and he comes back to give that message to Lord Ram. Now, when he's actually, while coming, he's thinking, how do I convey this message to Lord Ram? Okay, if I say, usually what we will do is, हमने कुछ बड़ा काम करके आया तो क्या बोलते हैं, मैंने सीता को ढूंढा है, right? Hanumanji was thinking, यार मैंने वैसे बोला था, I is going in front. That means I am showing my ego. And at the same time, I don't want Lord Ram to be in any more anxiety. I found Sita. तब तक Lord Ram will be in anxiety. तो वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो जाते हैं, सीता फाउंड आए. सो सबसे पहले वो सीता जी का नाम लेते हैं. ओके, बोलते सीता, जैसे ही बोलते हैं लॉर्ड राम के चेहरे पे एक खुशी आती है. दूसरा क्या वर्ड होता है, फाउंड. अगेन देयर इज अनदर रिलीफ दैट यस हनुमान जी हैज फाउंड सीता. एंड देन लास्ट वन इज आई. Okay, Sita found I. So that is the mentality, that is the consciousness of Hanumanji. How to relieve my Lord's misery, my Lord's tension. Okay, that is why we say that Hanumanji is the best of the best of the best servants of Lord Ram. Ram Bhakt Hanuman. Okay, जब भी भक्तों का जो भगवान के जो दास होते हैं उनका जब भी उदाहरण देने का बोलते हैं, सो सबसे टॉप में हनुमान जी आते हैं. ओके, हनुमान जी भगवान राम को दास्य रस में हमेशा सर्व करते रहते हैं. देन द होल वानर सेना, दे गो ट्राई एंड क्रॉस द ओशन. अब ये इतना बड़ा ओशन है, हाउ आर दे गोइंग टू क्रॉस ओवर? So they decide to build the bridge, which is also lovingly known as what? Ram Setu. Okay, Ram Setu. Setu means bridge. So this word Setu, okay, is actually an acronym. S, it stands for simple. Okay, Bhakti is simple. You try and do any other methods or rituals, they'll be very difficult. Very difficult. Try and do Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, how many of you are sitting here for last maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours? Okay, कितनी बार आप ऐसे बैठे हो और कितनी बार ऐसे बैठे हो? हम ऐसा ज़्यादा देर बैठ नहीं सकते. To do Ashtanga Yoga, you need proper body posture. Okay, you need strength, जो कि most of us don't have it. Okay, most of us don't have it. Any other, you try and do yajna. यज्ञ करने के लिए जो सामग्री चाहिए होती है, पूजा सामग्री, वही नहीं मिलती. यहाँ पे घी जो मिलता है वो भी प्योर नहीं होता है. ठीक है, यू कैंट यूज दैट घी फॉर यज्ञ. सो देयर आर मेनी obstacles in all the other forms of bhakti in Kali Yuga. लेकिन कृष्ण भक्ति, जो भक्ति योगा जो बोलते हैं, उसके लिए क्या चाहिए आपको? महामंत्र. लेकिन उससे भी पहले चाहिए आपको डिजायर. अगर आपके दिल में इच्छा ही नहीं होगी तो नहीं होगा. इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट. भक्ति, ऑल यू नीड इज अ डिजायर. भक्ति करने के लिए कितने पैसे लगते हैं? कुछ भी नहीं लगते. इनफैक्ट फ्राइडे को यहाँ पे आओगे तो उसके बाद प्रसाद भी मिलता है. ठीक है, कुछ भी नहीं लगते. ऑल यू नीड इज अ बीड बैग एंड बीड्स एंड योर अवेलेबिलिटी. दैट्स ऑल यू नीड. दैट्स हाउ सिंपल भक्ति इज. ओके, कृष्णा भी बोलते हैं जब इफ यू वांट टू ऑफर मी एनीथिंग, कृष्णा को अगर भोग चढ़ाना है, कृष्णा इज नॉट आस्किंग फॉर 56 भोग. ऑल इज आस्किंग पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो में भक्त्या प्रयच्छति. आप मुझे लीफ दे दो, फ्लावर दे दो. अगर ये दोनों चीज़ नहीं हो सकते तो पानी दे दो, तोयम. लेकिन भक्ति से देना. इफ यू डू दैट, अश्नामि प्रयतात्मना, देन आई विल एक्चुअली ऑनर इट, आई विल ईट इट. दैट इज हाउ सिंपल भक्ति इज. Okay, so that Setu का S, E stands for eternal. E stands for eternal. आप अगर कोई दूसरी प्रोसेस करोगे ना, मानो आप प्राणायाम कर रहे हो. प्राणायाम आपने 10 दिन कर लिया, या 1 महीना कर लिया, या 1 साल कर लिया, उसके बेनिफिट आपके पास पूरा लाइफ रहेगा, या कुछ दिनों के बाद इट विल स्टार्ट टू dwindle and you have to start doing it again. That's how any other process is. If you worship any other demigods as well, okay, whatever benefits that you get from that worship, they are temporary and may not be necessarily beneficial for you in the long run. But if you worship Krishna, if you worship Lord Ram, if you worship Lord Narayan, if you worship Lord Vishnu, whatever progress that you make is going to stay with you eternally. Not only for this life, but the next life, the life after, however many life you have, it is going to stay with you eternally. नेहा अभिक्रमणाशोस्ते प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Swalpam api asya. Swalpa means what? Very little. Even if you make a little advancement in this endeavor, it is going to stay with you forever. And trayate mahato bhayat. And it will protect you from the most dangerous things in life. So that is the benefit of bhakti. It is eternal. और ये करने के बाद ना, अगर आप भक्ति कर रहे हो, राइट, एक तो एक सिंपल है, इटर्नल है, उसके ऊपर कृष्णा सबसे बड़ी इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी देते हैं भगवद गीता में. ओके, अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्यभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. ओके, इफ यू वर्शिप मी विथ वन पॉइंटेड अटेंशन, what will happen? Ananya. Okay, one pointed attention. I will protect what you have and I will carry what you lack. अभी इससे बड़ी चीज़ और क्या चाहिए? इससे बड़ा और इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी हमको क्या चाहिए? ये बाय द वे दिस योगक्षेमम वहाम्यहम, आपको पता है ये किसका है? ये LIC वालों ने यूज़ किया है. ओके, LIC वालों ने भगवद गीता से उठाया और उधर चिपका दिया उन्होंने अपना क्या बोलते हैं, ब्रीद वाक्य, व्हाट यू से, नॉट द मोटो बट टैगलाइन. यस, ओके, दे हैव क्रिएटेड द टैगलाइन फ्रॉम दैट. So what more? What is the biggest insurance policy that you need? Krishna is telling us in Bhagavad Gita, I will carry what you lack. जो आपके पास नहीं है, I will give it to you. And not only that, आपके पास जो है, उसको भी मैं protect करूँगा. That's how the eternal bhakti is. T stands for transformational. Okay, सेतु का T जो है, T stands for transformational. अगर आप देखोगे whenever we start chanting, okay, पहला इफेक्ट होगा आपका जो मन शुद्धि होती है, your mind, okay, your heart, it will start getting clarity. It will start getting that clarity. Okay, it transforms you. The biggest example, okay, रामायण किसने लिखा है? तुलसीदास और वाल्मीकि. Okay, who was Valmiki? He was a dacoit. Before he became Valmiki, he was a dacoit. But by just chanting, किसका नाम? He didn't even chant Lord Ram's name actually, when you think about it. He chanted Mara, Mara, Mara. Okay? Which became, when he chanted continuously, Ram, Ram, Ram. आप सोचिए, अजामिल ने नारायण का नाम लिया जो कि उसके बच्चे का नाम था. He didn't even call the Lord नारायण. वाल्मीकि जिसने लॉर्ड राम का भी नाम नहीं लिया, उन्होंने मरा मरा चैंट किया. See the transformation happening. Right? See the transformation that has happened. There is one more example of Mrugari, जो एक शिकारी था. Later on he became a devotee. Like that, ये शास्त्रों में, ये हमारे इतिहास में बहुत सारे उदाहरण हैं. All we need is a desire and faith. And it starts with small desire, small faith. And that's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. As we progress slowly, we keep on building onto it and keep on landing on that ladder, on the snakes and ladder game. We will land on the ladder and keep on climbing up. And then the last one is you. Say to you is universal. Okay? भक्ति के लिए आपको कोई qualification नहीं चाहिए. Okay? Most of the other processes, you need certain qualification. There is a certain prerequisite. Okay? There is a certain prerequisite for it. If you don't have it, you will not be even able to start that particular process. Sometimes you need to be born in a right caste to do certain activities. Otherwise, वो आपको वहाँ पे आने भी नहीं देंगे. ठीक है? You need to have certain body flexibility for Ashtanga yoga. Or for that matter, even आपको प्राणायाम करना है तो, okay? You need to have certain strength. But bhakti is universal. कोई भी कर सकता है. There is no caste, no creed, no color. Whether you're white, whether you're black, brown, yellow, whatever color, blue. Everyone is welcome. That's how universal bhakti is. Whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Bharat, whether you're in US, doesn't matter. Okay? Bhakti is such, when I was a very young, when I was a child, I used to go to Thursday's program, Dasbodh program, okay, that used to happen on Thursday. And in that there is one kirtan that we used to sing. And the kirtan was Sthiti Kal Desh Aso Kahi Kana Ram Krishna Hari Jai Jai Bhavane Mana. Okay, it's in Marathi. Sthiti, Kal and Desh. Doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Sthiti, Kal. Doesn't matter what time it is, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening. And Desh. Doesn't matter where you are. As long as you say Ram Krishna Hari Bhavane, that is with love. That's all bhakti needs. Little bit love. That's it. That's how bhakti is universal, simple, transformational and eternal. So like these Vanaras, they have built this setu, this bridge to reach to Sita Devi, who is also known as Bhakti Devi. We also need to build bridge by which Krishna can enter into your heart. Okay? Think about that. Think about building this Ram Setu by which he can walk very easily and enter into our heart. Okay. So Ravana's Lanka, give me 5 more minutes and then we'll start our question and answer sessions. Okay. Ravana's Lanka, he implemented all the rules by force. By force, while he himself was breaking every single rule. But he wanted his subjects to follow all the rules. There was a brutal force that he utilized to make sure that everyone follows the rules. He stole it. There was the Ravana's Lanka was very artificial. He stole all the resources from all over the world and then created Golden Lanka. When we travel a little bit up, Kishkinda, where Hanumanji was born, in Kishkinda, the rules and regulations were there, but brutality of Ravana was not there. Vali was sensual, but not as brutal as Ravan. Okay? Vanaras were sensual. So that is Kishkinda. And when we travel up, we have Ayodhya, where it was more of a moral system. Rules and regulation laws, they were in existence, but for the namesake only. Because everyone, okay, because the citizens and the king, Dashrath, Lord Ram, they were all concerned for each other's welfare. They followed them voluntarily. There was no force. Because there was a culture. Okay. Ramayan then mainly describe these three cultures and many more cultures in between and everything. It is really up to us where we want to live in. Whether we want to live in Ravana's Lanka, where brute force is used. We want to live in Kishkinda, where rules were in existence, but Vanaras were more focused on sensual activities. Or we want to live in Ramarajya, whether we want to live in Ayodhya, where the moral system was in existence. That is really up to us. Okay, so I'll stop here. So if you have any questions or comments related to this topic, or if you have come prepared with any other questions, we can discuss those as well. So I'm just allowing a little bit more time today, Prabhuji. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, when we chant, you say that we touch with the
Middle
index finger. And so why is that?
Generally, that index finger is used to, to blame someone. If I say, it's your fault, right? Usually the index finger is used. That's the reason. It's not considered very, not biased, but pure. There is a lot of ego in the index finger because we use it generally to point out some mistakes. You have done this, or you have done this. It's your fault, like that. That's the reason. Yeah. Any other question? Come on, you must have some questions. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, you just mentioned pranayam and bhakti. So you just said that basically with pranayam, it can't sustain for a whole life. I think it's a contradictory. I don't agree with that. I think it can. If you're not doing it properly, that means it's not a pranayam. So what's your thought on that? So basically, it's just a breathing. So if you breathe, the whole purpose of yoga or pranayam is basically, to go inside, and then even similar to chanting. Like you have to do it daily, right? If you don't do it, it's gone. Then practice gone.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
The same thing with pranayam too.
Yeah.
So if you do it properly, if you have done it, actually if you achieved it, all you need is just one single pranayam, and that's it, and then you are within the yoga sthiti or whatever that is. So
Okay.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so good question. So with bhakti and pranayam, so bhakti, what happens is, yes, you're right. If you don't chant, you chanted for a while and then you stop your chanting, the practice is gone, but the benefit is not. Okay. With pranayam, when you do pranayam and then you stop, you are benefited as long as you are doing pranayam, but then as soon as you stop it, the benefit doesn't stay with you. You need to, unless and until you start pranayam again. Now, coming back to the second part of your question is whether pranayam, I'm still trying to understand that second part. What do you mean by, it's breathing exercise? And it,
What I'm saying is basically pranayam. If you consider as a exercise, then it won't stay.
Yeah.
Right? If you think it's an exercise, we are doing exercise.
Yeah.
Actually, pranayam is not an exercise. It's actually a breathing practice. And within that breathing, you just go inside, and once you go inside, then you are in a state of oneness with the God, or yogas. In your one.
Yoga sthiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Krishna also explains in chapter 6 actually, in the where yoga is described, same thing pranayam. Krishna also explains how to actually do the pranayam. Now, pranayama is actually niyam. It's not even part of your bhakti, so to speak. Okay. Now, why people did pranayam or for that matter all this yoga in the past old days is because the practices that were recommended in those ages took long time to achieve the perfection. Okay. Now, if you're taking a long time to achieve perfection, like more than 100 years to achieve the perfection, you need long life. To get that long life, to maintain your health and still be able to meditate on the Lord, these rishis and munis, they actually did pranayam to maintain the health. Okay, so that their lifespan is increased.
So does it mean you don't need a help? You can
Of course you didn't need
yeah,
help.
then
Yes.
it's a part and parcel. Yeah. So
Okay. Of course you didn't. I'm not saying don't do pranayam, by the way. Okay, I'm not saying that. I also do pranayam. Okay, not regularly. Okay, I also do pranayam. The reason for that is, first and foremost, important thing is your health. Okay, most important thing is your health, because without health you will not be able to do anything. Then comes family. First health, then family, then your job actually, and then spirituality. Okay, I'm assuming most of us or all of us are grahasthas here. Okay, all of us are grahasthas, married people. Some may have kids, some may not. So the priority wise is health comes first, family, your job, and then bhakti. The reason I say that job is because for a grahastha, the prime duty is actually to look after the family. Okay, husband, wife, kids, parents, whatever it is. So just like Dhruv Maharaj, if I have to give an example of Dhruv Maharaj, okay, he went for, why did he actually start doing tapasya, meditation? Because he wanted a kingdom bigger than Lord Brahma, his grandfather, okay, and he did get it. Even though he didn't want it in the end, Lord Vishnu did actually give that to him. So just like Dhruv Maharaj, we also have to be materially successful and spiritually satisfied. Materially successful and spiritually satisfied. Okay, if you don't have the job, you will not be able to concentrate on your chanting. जॉब ही नहीं रहा है, राइट? यू नीड टू पे योर मॉर्गेज, फैमिली को देखना है, और आप बोल रहे हो कि बैठ के चैंटिंग करो अभी, कैसे पॉसिबल है? ओके, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आई होप दैट आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन प्रोबब्ली. Anyone else? Any other questions? Yes.
When you chant, why do you have to chant even rounds?
Why do you have to chant
Even rounds when you chant it?
even rounds?
Like 3,
like 4, 2,
4,
4, 6.
2, 4, 6, 10.
Why 6?
I haven't heard that before, so it's a new question to me as well, and news to me. But as far as I know, I don't think you need to chant the even rounds, 2, 4, 6. You can chant 3 rounds, you can chant 5 rounds. Okay? I don't think I ever heard that, or I have come across like that. Anyone else? Any other question, comments, or any doubt?
One more question.
Yes.
So when we like if we're chanting regularly, but we don't have a guru, so
Yeah.
we're doing it, like just how we've been taught, we are chanting and coming to these sessions, would we still get those benefits if we don't have a guru? Because I don't know, like how to find a guru first
Yeah,
of all.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we do chanting, we do everything which we are learning from these classes.
Yeah.
So do we still get those benefits?
Of course you do. Yes, of course. Yeah, regardless whether you have a guru or you don't, you're still going to get the benefit. Okay. So, however, if you do find a guru, then of course, because the guru is then able to guide you properly, right? That is why then you derive greater benefit from it, and your process will be even quicker, faster. You will get the results faster. So that is the importance of guru.
So do we look like, so the guru will come one day, right? Like or do we go seek?
You need to seek. Okay, you need to seek. It is, yes, it has happened in the history that guru has come looking for someone, unless of course you're at that level, that is not going to happen. Of course, as I said, it did happen. So for us as a spiritual seeker, we also need to seek out for a guru. Okay, so as a last week I said, I did mention, right, it is our responsibility to find the right guru. Okay, because most, I don't have the stats, but I can say that most of these gurus, generally they are bogus. Okay, growing up, my experience is that as soon as I saw the saffron color, wearing someone saffron color, I used to run away, because all they do is ask for money और आपको लूट लेते हैं. Okay, the reason that happens is not because of that person. It's because of you. Okay, because of you, you get cheated. So it is our responsibility to find the right guru. And the way that you find the right guru is actually, you read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, वहाँ पे दिया है how to find a guru. What are the characteristics of a guru? Okay, वाचो वेगम मनसा वेगम जिह्वा वेगम उदरपस्थ वेगम. Okay, जिसकी वाणी पे कंट्रोल है, who has control over his वाणी, what he talks, what he speaks. मनसा वेगम, जिसके अपने मन पे कंट्रोल है. क्रोध, who can control his anger, who can control his उदरपस्थ and genitals. जिसका इन चीज़ों पे कंट्रोल है, only such a person is qualified to take disciples or shishya. Okay, and then in Bhagavatam there is a verse that titikshava karunika surud sarvadehinam ajata shatrava shantava sadhava sadhu bhushana. कारुणिका, करुणा, जिसके मन में करुणा है, who has the compassion for other living entities. Surudha sarvadehinam, who is the well-wisher of all the living entities, not only humans, but all the living entities. Ajata shatrava, who has no shatru, who has no enemies. Okay? Sadhava sadhu bhushan. Bhushan means the jewels. These are some of the jewels of a person who is qualified as a sadhu. Okay? So it is us actually, when we meet such a person, we think that, oh, okay, he could be my guru. Okay? You need to actually work out, okay, is he falling into these categories? If yes, then yes, you go for it. Otherwise, you keep looking. Good questions, Mataji. Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is there any verse or any shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, which explains that if you have any doshas due to astrology, vastu, or any of these sciences, they all can be nullified if you chant or if you take the name of Lord Krishna?
Yeah, last week we did discuss Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Narayana Parayana Agam Dhunvanti Karsneya Niharam Eva Bhaskara. Not necessarily, of course, the Vastu dosh or astrological dosh, but if you do the Kevala Bhakti of Krishna, okay, whatever your sin or sinful reactions that we have accumulated in this life and in the previous life, they will be burned. Not only that, if you have any sinful desires, those will be uprooted as well from your heart. That is the first one. Okay, second one is that mantratas tantras chidram desha kala aravastuta sarvam karoti nishidram anukirtanam tava. That if you chant this mantra, now this comes in the 8th canto, okay? And please, the importance of this particular verse is that this is actually coming from a demon, okay? Guru of a demon's guru. Who was the guru? Demon's guru? Shukracharya. So after Vamandev defeated Bali Maharaj, Shukracharya, he spoke this verse and he is saying that mantratas tantras chidram. Chidram means whatever that is impure, whatever dosh that there is, it will become nishchidra, it will become pure if you chant my mantra. Doesn't matter desha kala arra vastuta. Vastu means whatever samagri that we are using, because in this age it's very difficult to get the pure ingredients for puja, okay? But anukirtanam tava, that means if you are following in the footsteps of previous acharyas and chanting my name, everything becomes pure. Okay, these are the two verses that which come into my mind right now, but I'm sure there will be many others. Okay, if you then in Narsimha Kavach, okay, it is said that if you chant the Narsimha Kavach, it will protect you from all the influence of the grahas and whatever. Okay, so there is many examples, many verses in Bhagavatam. Okay. Interesting question. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else? Any other question or comment? Yes, Prabhu.
Ever since I just came here, so we just talk about death. So we're not talking about living, kind of thing. We're saying that after, if you chant, this will happen after the death. But I'm not sure whether I'll go Krishna or wherever, but I still didn't get it. So why are we talking about this? Why can't we say that, okay, this is, in present, this will happen?
I probably said 4 or 5 times, talked about that B to D, that is just to give example. But most of the times what at least I talk about, or at least others I have noticed talk about, is the journey. Okay? Is the journey. Last 2 weeks, mostly we spoke about Hanumanji and his services. Okay? Hanumanji and his services. Today probably the first thing that I talked about is the ambulance. Today is the first time I spoke. Okay? Because that is the end result. And we need that reminder every now and then as well. To understand, yes, death is going to come. Okay? However, between the birth and death, there is, that is choices which is in my hand. Okay? In Bhagavad Gita, Jagannath Ram Prabhu must have mentioned, right? Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 things. Okay? Ishvara, Prakriti, Kala, Jiva, and last one is Karma. Of those 4 we can't do anything about. Karma is something that we have choice. Okay? So, if you think about Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj, okay? When we know that he is going to die in 7 days, okay? But most of the times, throughout the 12 cantos of Bhagavatam, what is spoken about is devotee, their life, their journey. We spoke about Ajamil. Okay? What did I speak about Ajamil? His journey. Who he was, what he became, and how he transformed. Okay, so the 90-95% of the talk is about the activities. Okay? Is about activities, not about the end result, which is death. But what happens is, at least I'll tell you in my case, death is such a thing that everyone is scared of. We forget everything, that 90-95% whatever we have discussed, and we only remember death. Oh, Prabhuji ने death का mention किया था. Death can come anytime. Death can come anytime. और वही हमारे दिमाग पे stick हो जाता है. Okay? The reason for that is, there is a fear of death is the end. Fear we lose everything. साथ में कुछ लेके भी नहीं जा सकते. तो वही हमारे दिमाग पे चलते रहता है. And that is the reason we think that in these talks we only talk about death. No. Bhagavad Gita, last week I also said, if you want to live your life in the office, read Mahabharata. If you want to build relationship, personality, read Ramayan. Ramayan talks about sacrifice. Okay? आप सोचिए रामायण after Lord Ram brought back Mother Sita and everything that happened, he ruled that for 11,000 years. Okay, but most of the topics that are discussed is what? त्याग, sacrifice, वनवास, Lord Ram's Balkand, जो कि बहुत छोटा है. Okay, but these are the most of the times that I talk. What happened to the other 11,000 years? ये तो एक साल भर 2 साल में खत्म हो गया ना. फर्स्ट मे बी 25-30 years of life खत्म हो गया है. बाकी का 11,000 का क्या हो गया? ध्रुव महाराज. Okay, when he got the Dhruv planet, he ruled that Dhruv planet for 36,000 years. हमको क्या पता है ध्रुव के बारे में? जब वो 5 साल का था उसने तपस्या की and then he got the Dhruv planet. So out of 36,000, we're only discussing about 5 years. Prahlad Maharaj. Okay. Again, 5-year-old child. So the important thing is in Bhagavatam, all the scriptures, it is discussed what is important for us. Okay, Bhagavatam में जो discuss किया है ना, why was Bhagavatam discussed? Because Parikshit Maharaj, he was going to die in 7 days. Sorry Prabhuji, again I am talking about death, but this is relevant. Okay, so he was going to die in 7 days. अभी जो आदमी कोई मर रहा है 7 दिन में, तो आप उसको क्या बताओगे? खाना पीना सब खा लेना ठीक से है ना, नींद तो ठीक से हुई ना, ये चीज़ें नहीं पूछोगे आप, राइट? यू विल ओनली टॉक अबाउट द इम्पोर्टेंट इवेंट्स बाय विच, और उनको भी the reason Bhagavatam was spoken is because the sages of Naimara Sharana, they have asked the 6 questions which will be beneficial for the whole, not only humans but the whole entire living entities, all living entities. उन्होंने सिर्फ परीक्षित महाराज के बेनिफिट के लिए नहीं पूछा था, ठीक है? एंड इवन परीक्षित महाराज, उनको भी क्या लेना देना है ना, आई एम गोइंग टू डाई इन 7 days. अभी मैं थोड़ा मौज कर लेता हूँ, 7वें दिन बस मर जाऊंगा, मैं चला जाऊंगा. नो, ही सैट देयर विदाउट ईटिंग, विदाउट ड्रिंकिंग, विदाउट स्लीपिंग, 7 days 7 nights कंटिन्यूसली लिसनिंग टू Sukadeva Goswami talk about Krishna and his devotees. Okay, so when great devotees they come along, they talk about all the events, major events that have took place, which will be beneficial for everyone, for generations to come, for generations to come. Okay, so we need to understand the journey that a devotee has taken. Okay, hopefully that answers your question, Prabhu. Any other question, comments? Last week you guys asked more questions. This week I think Mataji asked you to come prepare, that's why there is no questions. Going once, going twice. सोचो, है कोई लास्ट फाइनल बिड? Yes, Mataji.
How you become a devotee? What is your
Oh, Krishna. How I became a devotee. It's a long story, Mataji, but I will try and fast forward. So, how I became a devotee. That was, I think, in 2008. That was the time, just before the GFC happened. Before that GFC, we didn't know that ki GFC abhi hone wala. I think it started even in 2007. I used to work in NAB. And then while working there, there was one devotee. His name was Dham Prabhu. Okay, so I didn't know that he was initiated and whatever. I knew him as Anant. So हम सारे दोस्त बैठ के किचन में बैठ के चाय कॉफ़ी पी रहे, whatever it is that we're doing it. And he used to come. He used to sit with us. He will not drink anything. He will not eat anything. But he will just talk with us. अभी उसको सब पता था हम हमारा क्या बैकग्राउंड है, ठीक है? सब बैकग्राउंड पता था, हम कैसे लोग हैं क्या नहीं. इसलिए वो he didn't even mention about Krishna. He didn't even mention about Krishna. And then when he used to talk, हम सारे चुपचाप बैठ के सुनते थे. He didn't even speak about bhakti. Okay, he didn't even speak about bhakti. But the way he spoke, the command over his language, and the topic and the sentences that he spoke, they were so inspiring. हम सब बैठ के सुनते थे उसको. एंड देन कुछ दिनों बाद क्या हुआ कि मैं सोचता था कि हाउ कम दिस पर्सन टॉक्स लाइक दिस, एंड ऑन टॉप हमारे साथ आके बैठता क्यों है वो, ना चाय पीता है, ना कॉफ़ी पीता है, ना और कुछ करता है, हमारे साथ बाहर आता भी नहीं है फ्राइडे नाइट्स को. हाउ कैन ही टॉक लाइक दैट? तो मैं सोचता रहा, एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड तब, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट माई फ्रेंडशिप ग्रो विथ हिम, एंड देन ही स्टार्टेड कॉलिंग मी टू टेम्पल, just like I told the importance of coming to temple. I said okay, I'll come. Again दूसरे दिन बुलाया, again दूसरे weekend बुलाया. I started to find different reasons. जो हम करते हैं ना भक्ति रिक्शा का, नहीं आज वाइफ बीमार है, नहीं प्रभु आज मेरी तबीयत खराब है, बच्चे का तबीयत खराब है. So I started coming with different excuses, and because my friendship then grew, आई थॉट कि अच्छा चलो ठीक है, इसका मुंह बंद कराने के लिए एक बार टेम्पल जाके आता हूँ. तो वन फाइन डे आई वेंट टू टेम्पल ऑन सैटरडे इवनिंग, एंड आफ्टर दैट ही सेड ओके अभी टेम्पल आ ही गया है तो थोड़ा प्रसाद खा ले, बैठ प्रसाद खाते. तो आई हैड प्रसाद. ओके अभी प्रसाद खा लिया है, वहाँ पे एक बहुत अच्छा भगवद गीता का प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, चल तुझे वहाँ पे लेके चलता. अरे यार कहाँ पे फंस गया मैं. ये मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था, राइट. And near the temple there is a Bhakta Bhavan. So then he took me to that program. While actually before even going to the program, sitting in the room, I told my wife that look, sit close to the door. बोर होता है तो निकल लेते हैं. ठीक है, बोर होता है तो निकल लेते हैं. And when we sat there, we actually never stopped then going to that program, because it spoke something which actually struck to my mind, struck with my heart actually. And then not only that, I saw that how much this Anant, he cares for me, how much he cared for me, and how much he wanted me to actually come. And most importantly, मैं सोच रहा था actually, my mind was working in the background, इसमें से इसको क्या मिल रहा है, ये मुझे इतना क्यों बुला रहा है टेम्पल आने के लिए, इसमें से इसको क्या मिल रहा है. Was no hidden agenda, no motive. Okay, in fact actually उसने मुझे घर पे कई बार बुलाया, मुझे और मेरी वाइफ को, कि आओ घर पे आओ प्रसाद खाते हैं प्रसाद. मैं सोचा हाँ इसको प्रसाद आने की फुल प्लेट है चलो. So like that then I started getting involved in doing some other services. ठीक है, and then after that I just continued on. So that's my story. Any other question? Yes, Mother ji.
प्रभु भक्ति हमारी किस्मत में होती है या हमें खुद करनी होती है?
भक्ति हमारी किस्मत में होती है, खुद करनी होती है. भक्ति ऐसे बोलते हैं माता जी, इट्स अ कॉजलेस मर्सी. इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली. आई स्टिल स्ट्रगल टू अंडरस्टैंड माई सेल्फ एज वेल कि हाउ आई केम इन टू कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस. मैं भक्ति में कैसे आया हूँ. अगर मेरा पास अगर मैं देखूंगा ना so I am nowhere qualified to actually come into bhakti. But that's why it is said that bhakti is causeless. There is no reason for it. Okay? There is no reason for it. Bhakti is given to you by some other devotees. And it is only because of the compassion. That's why I said, na Suruda Sarva Dehi Nam. That because of the compassion in a devotee's heart, because they say that, there is this soul that is suffering in this world, and I need to save that soul, and that's why they come to us, they talk to us, and then they give us bhakti. Okay, bhakti is always given. Okay, bhakti is always given by someone else, or at least for that matchstick example, it's in our heart, it's there, but it's sitting in a dormant stage at the moment. Somebody has to come and invoke that bhakti in us. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
जब हम चैंटिंग करते हैं तो उसमें फोकस्ड कैसे रहे, अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल कैसे करके रखें?
Oh, this is $1 million question, Mataji. कितने ऑप्शन है मेरे पास. फोन और फ्रेंड लगाना पड़ेगा इसके लिए. Okay, how do you concentrate? Mataji, I also struggle. I'm also struggling, and I know that I will struggle tomorrow as well when I sit down for chanting. So whatever I'm going to speak is just based on whatever small realizations that I have, and I'll speak theoretically as well. Okay, not necessarily my own experiences or that is something that I have achieved, and because of that I am telling you. So combination of my experience, realization, and theory. So first thing that we have to, अगर आपको chanting में रस लाना है, if you want to enjoy that chanting, रुचि लानी है अगर, first thing is you need to understand who you are and why you're chanting. Okay, as soon as our why वो बहुत बड़ा होना चाहिए. हम चैंटिंग क्यों कर रहे हैं, वो जो रीज़न है ना, हैज़ टू बी अ बिग रीज़न. योर गोल हैज़ टू बी द बिग, सो मच सो अगर आप उसको 1 किलोमीटर से भी अगर आप पत्थर मारोगे तो निशाना चूकेगा नहीं. रीज़न फॉर दैट इज गोल छोटा नहीं है, गोल बहुत बड़ा है, निशाना आपका बहुत बड़ा है. सो योर वाई हैज़ टू बी द बिग, इट हैज़ टू बी द बिगेस्ट वन इन योर लाइफ. दूसरा, द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन when we start chanting in the morning, उसका preparation starts the night before. Okay, कि हमने पिछली रात क्या किया है. अगर हमने रात पे बहुत लेट बैठ के अगर मूवी देखा है, 12-1 बजे अगर हम सो रहे हैं because it's a weekend, there is no way first thing that we'll get up early in the morning. Second thing, अगर उठ भी गए, okay, नींद आएगी chanting करते समय, will not be able to focus or concentrate. So preparation starts the night before. Also matters is what you have eaten. What is your ahar? Okay. Krishna says that yukta ahar viharascha yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnao bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. That if your ahar is yukta ahar means your diet is proper, Vedic. Yukta chesta se, your recreational activities, chesta, right? It's recreational activities. They are, according to Vedic, okay, properly regulated. Yukta vihar, and then your whatever the work that you're doing has to be regulated. Okay. Yukta swapnava bodhasya, your sleeping habits. स्वप्न यानी कि क्या? ख्वाब. हम ख्वाब कब देखते हैं? जब सोते हैं तभी देखते हैं, राइट? युक्त स्वप्नावबोध से. योर स्लीपिंग हैबिट्स ऑल्सो हैज टू बी रेगुलेटेड. व्हेन वी डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प अस इन कॉन्सेंट्रेटिंग इन चैंटिंग. प्लस what is important is regularly listening spiritual talks. When we do all these activities, it helps us focus and concentrate in chanting. That is when we will be able to focus. Okay. Thank you, Madhuri.
Sorry, can you transfer bhakti credits to someone?
Can you transfer? Can you transfer bhakti credits? Very short answer is no, you can't. Okay, but you can definitely pray for someone. You can definitely pray for someone, which works. Which definitely works. Okay. Yes. So it is said that in the end you have to fly your own plane. Okay. So whatever the credits that you get, it is yours. You cannot transfer that to someone else. Okay. However, it is also said, I'll come to you, Prabhuji. 1 second. Okay. I'll come to you. It is also said that 50% of our credit, especially the husband, whatever husband does, 50% of that goes to the wife. As long as husband is following Guru and Shastra and wife is following husband. Okay. If that happens, then yes, that is the only case that I know that 50% of credit of husband goes to wife. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
No, you answered it just now. 50%.
Oh, okay.
How about the wife one? Does it come also?
Hey, it doesn't work, unfortunately. I wanted it to. उधर से भी कुछ आना चाहिए, नहीं होता हो लेकिन.
Not even kids are getting benefit of their parents?
No, okay. Up until the age of 12, okay, whatever karma the kids are doing, parents get it. Okay. Whatever the kids karma, parents get it. But once the kid is 12, after that it's up to the kid. Okay. But any spiritual credits that you are accruing, that's yours. But as I said, you pray. होता क्या है ना जनरली, especially we are concerned about our own family, our own kids, right? You're concerned and obviously you love your child. Once you find out bhakti is the best thing for you, obviously you want that same thing for your near and dear ones, your loved ones. So why won't you want your kid to follow the same thing? So what you will do is, you will create a favorable, conducive atmosphere or situation and circumstances around your kid so that he also follows in your spiritual practices. Okay, that is why I say that association is very important. और हम ज़्यादातर किससे साथ associate करते हैं? Husband associates mostly with the wife and wife with the husband and kid with parent. Okay, जब मैं छोटा था, my mom, she was always very careful and worried who I spend time with. वो हमेशा देखती थी मेरे दोस्त कौन है. Okay? और थोड़ा बड़ा होने के बाद जो मुझे अभी समझ में आता है, उसने बोला था कि ज़िंदगी में कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ 3 चीज़ें: एक अच्छा दोस्त, एक अच्छी नौकरी और एक अच्छी छोकरी. ओके, ये 3 चीज़ें मिले तो यू कैन लिव योर लाइफ पीसफुली, हैप्पीली. सो सेम थिंग व्हेन वी एक्चुअली, दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड भारतीय संस्कृति, भारतीय कल्चर जो हम पीछे छोड़ आए ना, इज़ वेरी स्ट्रांग. What we need to do is we need to preserve, not only preserve, but utilize our culture and pass on to our kids. आप सोचिए, भारत पे कई सालों से आक्रमण हो रहा है. हाँ? Britishers, Muslims, Portuguese, and whoever else, they have attacked many times for thousands of years. Okay, still the culture is still intact. आप सोचो साउथ अमेरिका ना. ओके, साउथ अमेरिका में देयर वर मेनी डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस वर स्पोकन. नाउ देयर इज ओनली व्हाट स्पेनिश एंड मोस्ट पीपल आल्सो स्पीक इंग्लिश. देयर कल्चर वाज डिफरेंट. मायन संस्कृति, आपको पता है, हैव यू हर्ड दिस वर्ड मायन संस्कृति? ओके, अभी कहीं पे नहीं है. ओके, सो लाइक दैट मेनी अदर कल्चर्स हैव वैनिश्ड. What is remaining and what is still there, what is still standing strong is our Bharatiya Sanskriti, Bharatiya culture. Reason for that is because of the values. Value system is different. Okay? Because of inclusivity, because of inclusiveness of our culture. It is still strong. Again, in India as well, there is hundreds of different languages are spoken. Different food, different type of food is eaten. Different clothes are worn. Okay, we have different colors as you travel. Maybe even 100-200 kilometers as you travel, you will get different food, different dialect in the same language. There is so much variety and we're still together. Okay, so the reason I'm discussing that is because if you give that value system, यहाँ पे स्कूल में ना आपको स्किल और नॉलेज मिलेगा, वैल्यूज नहीं मिलेगी. ओके, नॉलेज भी क्या मिलेगा? हाउ टू बिकम अ पप्पू. वही नॉलेज मिलेगा यहाँ पे. ठीक है. सो वट एवर द ट्रू राइट नॉलेज, स्किल, most importantly values, it is our responsibility to give those to our kids, and that is how they're going to become strong. That is how they will stay strong and continue on your path. Okay, anyone else, any other question or comment? We'll stop here. Thank you so much again for listening to me patiently, and thank you to Dipanka Prabhu and Mataji for inviting me. Hopefully I have added some value through this couple of sessions, last couple of sessions. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.